Entrepreneurship is popular nowadays. It's like a buzzword and everybody just kind of want to get into it. And I'm here for it. I love it. I'm championing it. I'm telling everybody, yes, do your thing, do your passion, start your business. But honestly, it's almost a must that you have another income stream and that you don't just rely on one. We saw last year with the COVID pandemic that people were losing jobs left and right, and having one income stream was just too close to having none. So in this video, I am going to share with you a couple of mindset tips and tricks that I've used over the past year and a half to drastically increase my income and my revenue in my business and make sure that I earned more money. So follow along. Take some notes, and let's get this money. Let's go. Hey, I am Chanel Yarber, and I am the brains and beauty behind Bright Girl Media. My goal is to empower women entrepreneurs with the tools and strategies they need to effectively market their businesses online. Last year, so many people were laid off or fired or instantly found themselves underemployed. And it pushed so many people to start new businesses. I saw a statistic that said just last year in 2020, every day there were 2,000 new woman-owned businesses being started in America. And I think that that is absolutely phenomenal. So here's the thing with that. It's great that everybody is starting new businesses, but you also have to shift your mindset to a money mindset when it comes to shifting from being an employee to an entrepreneur, and also from being an entrepreneur to an employer. It's three totally different mindsets that you have to have, because sometimes when you are working a 9 to 5 and you're used to getting paid every 2 weeks on a regular schedule, you kind of coast and you find yourself falling into a lull where you start expecting those checks to come. And that doesn't happen as an entrepreneur. You can get paid each and every day as an entrepreneur. I love to say every day is payday, that I get out here and I work, because whatever it is that I sell, I can go ahead and make revenue with. Whatever I kill, I eat. So my first strategy to shifting your mindset is to intentionally see money all around you so that you can remove that scarcity mindset and stop thinking that it's hard to come by money. So for me, when I drive around and I see cars, I put a price tag on them and I say, okay, that's a $30,000 car, that's a $20,000 car, that's a $15,000 car, that's money. When I drive past homes, I'm looking at them as this is money. Even when I see people sometimes, I'm saying, okay, this is a potential client, this is a money opportunity. With shifting your mindset, you may have to dig into some of those old money habits and bad money mindsets that were set in the past and understand that a lot of the things that you learned as a child or even as an adult were simply lies. So I had to go into the recesses of my mind and understand what it looked like to be in debt and what the truth of being in debt looked like, because I grew up hearing you're gonna owe somebody when you die anyway. What does that really mean? Does that mean that you could just go off and just rack up debt and not care? I don't know. It really depends on how you interpret that. But there are some things that were probably implanted in your mind either by experience or by someone in your life who told you something about money that simply was not true. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that money is not scarce. Money is everywhere around you. So like I said before, start seeing it around you, start picturing it around you, and understand that they can put new money in circulation each and every day. So there's no limit to the amount of money that you should be able to make if you're willing to strategize, work for it, and work smart and not hard. Also, money in and of itself is not bad. I know that in my faith tradition, a lot of times we hear a verse in the Bible that we kind of misinterpret, and we say money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil in and of itself. The way that you use it, the way that you go about gaining it can be evil. Another thing that I want you to understand about it is that wealth is your birthright. You are worthy of being wealthy. Whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. You were born into this world with a purpose. You were born into this world to do something. And in order to do whatever it is that you're purposed to do, you have to have some type of resources. So some of the ways that I've done this for myself and shifting my mindset is I do daily affirmations. So every day when I wake up, I speak to Alexa and I tell her to start my day, and she plays a money affirmation, or really just a positive affirmation. It's not all about money, but it's just a positive affirmation that lightens my spirit, that gets my day started on the right foot, and it helps me to understand who I am and what my place is in the world. And like I said, if you don't know that you're worthy of having more, then you won't go after more. So those daily affirmations and just constantly hearing that being reprogrammed into my mind has really helped me to shift my mindset. Another thing is shifting the people and the places that I'm around. Because when you start being around money and you start being around people who have money, you start to see that they move a little bit differently and a little bit more freely. And so it allows you to kind of relax and understand, you know what? This is different and I deserve to live different. Another thing that I did was I started working with a mindset coach. And my mindset coach specializes in neuroplasticity, meaning creating new pathways in your brain and shutting down some of those old stinking ways that you were thinking. And that has really helped me, because once you start to reprogram and shift your paradigm and see things in a different way or in a different light from a different perspective than your own, a lot of that other stuff that you used to think, you start to say, why was I even thinking that? Why was that even what limited me? And another thing that I've been kind of looking into, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous about, but I hear some great things about it, and I want you to comment below if you have any experiences with this one, because I'm really kind of trying to weigh my options on what I'm gonna do. And this is hypnosis. So I have a couple friends who have undergone hypnosis, and they have spoken quite highly of their results and how it really just spurred them on to let go of a lot of the baggage and the things that they had been holding on to from the past and those old mindsets, and it helped them to pull those things out, reframe them, reshape them in their minds so that they can move forward. So hey, if you've ever been hypnotized and you've had a good experience, or even if you've had a bad one, I want you to comment below and tell me about it, because I've been kind of toying around with the idea, but I'm a little nervous. Now, my second strategy really is a little bit more tactical than just digging into the mind. It's really putting pen to paper and getting a financial goal in mind and working toward it. Now, a lot of times people, when they think about finances, the first thing they go to is like a Dave Ramsey or a Susie Orman, and they think that they need to save and scrimp and cut back on everything in order to get to their money goals. And for me, and what I just from my own experience, I'm not saying that that stuff does not work, but also making more money and understanding how to manage the more money that you make is definitely going to be able to help you a lot faster and a lot quicker than just shutting down and skimping and scraping for everything that you have. Because when you do that and you limit yourself, it's almost like you've put yourself on a diet. And if you know what it's like to be on a diet and you can't have this and you can't have that and you can't eat this and you can't eat that, it doesn't feel good. And you start to resent the process, and then you start falling back into old habits because you're like, screw this, I'm tired, I don't want to do this anymore. But if you create the capacity, like I said earlier, to make more money and to assign certain things to money and to tell your money where it's going, then it allows you to reach those financial goals and to shift that money mindset in order to get where you're trying to be. So for me, I assign my money, I assign things jobs in my life. So if I want something new, I assign it a job and I create an income stream around that, and that is how I get it. So for instance, for my birthday, I wanted a brand new car. And I was like, okay, how am I gonna get this car? What am I gonna do? Well, for me, it meant putting my car on Turo. So now my car has a job. So yes, I can drive this nice car, but it's also paying for itself. So I didn't create a new note, I actually created a new income stream. So when we talk about creating additional income streams, there's a number of ways that I'm going to present to you, and you take your pick and you do what it is that you're comfortable with doing. So I already mentioned Turo and I mentioned Airbnb. Turo, of course, is the car rental site. Airbnb, we're all familiar with. It's like you renting out a room or renting out your house. Also, you may want to consider doing some delivery sites like Uber Eats or Instacart, Postmates, Favor, anything like that, where you can actually utilize what you already have and put it to work. Give it a job. Another thing that you might want to think about doing is becoming a virtual assistant. I'm sure you have some kind of skill set that you use on your day-to-day work, and perhaps somebody else, another entrepreneur or somebody, may need that skill set, and you use your weekend or a couple hours in the evening to get some work done for them and make some extra money. Just think about other ways that you can go about leveraging the skills that you already have to make money as a side hustle, and then use that to create more capacity for you to make more money. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to smack the bell so that you get notifications each and every time I go live or I post a new video, because I am sharing all the tea on entrepreneurship and you need to be in the know. If you're looking to start a side hustle or perhaps turn your side hustle into a full-fledged business, check out my video, How Startups Get Funding, so that you can get funded to go ahead and create that additional income stream that we talked about. And let's chat in the comments. Let me know, have you created any additional income streams in the past year or so? Tell me what those things are. I want to hear from you. Until next time.